right, that was the first half of our broadcast, and now we're going to go to the second half. And this part of our program is brought to you by the Sankey Corporation, and we're going to talk a little bit about Sankey. As a matter of fact, we talked about home-based business on the last portion of our show, but on this portion, we're going to talk about why Sankey, why now? Sankey is a corporation that I was blessed to discover. Actually, someone introduced it to me about a year and a half ago. I had been praying for almost 41 years that God would bring along a company with its millions and all of its research, and it would dedicate itself to designing formulas, not like all the other synthetic things are out there, but it would design formulas that would help the body to heal itself. And that's exactly what we found in Sankey. So let me tell you a little bit about Sankey. Sankey, Sanki. Why Sankey? Why now? Home-based business. Why now? Simply because Sankey is an awesome, awesome company with an awesome history. It's over 50 plus years, right at 51 years old. They spent 40 years, the individual that founded this, his name was Dr. Behi Adias, part French, part Japanese, scientist and research doctor. He literally did 40 years of research on these formulas before he even allowed one of them to come onto the market. And the first one that he brought out was called Balage. But again, he spent almost 40 something odd years just researching and developing these products. But when you think in terms of the word Sankey itself, listen to me carefully. Sankey, Sanki, S-A-N-K-I. The S-A-N, san, simply means respect for. And the ki or chi in some of the Asian languages simply means the spirit, your spiritual your spiritual energy, your inner force. The God in you, you might say even, okay? So let's just take a peek at something. What is intelligent force? That intelligent force within you is, you might say, it's the vital push. What does that vital push do? We can even call it the Holy Spirit. Okay, the intelligent force within, that they call it one thing, but Sankey, if you turned it around backwards, it would basically be saying the Holy Spirit. So what happens when that spirit is revived in a person? Well, that vital push helps them to do what? Conquer their fears. It helps them to reach their goals and their dreams. That energy will give them courage. It will give them more will. It will help to advance. They'll look at advancing and never stopping. It gives you that drive, what I call that enthusiasm. We're talking about that inner force. You see people all the time who are depressed and down, but if that inner force is recognized, if it's revitalized, if it's rebuilt, then guess what happens? Their whole paradigm changes, okay? Again, we're talking about intelligent power in the body. It helps to unite the mind, the body, and the spirit. Extraordinary things begin to happen when that spirit that's within is recognized. When you recognize that it's Christ in us, the hope of glory. It's not you, it's that God in you, that intelligent force, that spirit in you, which is doing. And when you cooperate, okay, when you cooperate and when you recuperate, okay, you go back and get that intelligent force, guess what? You feel more energy in your body. You're able to make better decisions because it helps the blood to flow. And Leviticus 17:11 tells us that the life of the flesh is in the blood. You actually make better decisions. You see more opportunities, and you're able to do what? Take those opportunities. You have a positive self-image, okay, and a better vision of your surroundings. Things look better. Instead of seeing the glass half empty, you see it half full, okay? You live in the moment and you're happy. You're not afraid of what's coming. You're not sad over what has happened. You're living in the moment. You're thankful. You're grateful. You're happy. You're able to achieve at a maximum potential. I mean, you don't just get little crumbs. You get the whole loaf of bread. Are you getting what I'm saying, folks? We're talking about that inner force, that inner drive, that inner that intelligent force, that vital push, that Holy Spirit that is within you. And guess what? It'll help you to reach maximum potential and therefore to feel better, period. Are you listening to me, folks? Oh my goodness. That intelligent force, that inner spirit, the Holy Spirit, and respect for it and helping to revitalize it will do what? Bring you back to where you need to be. Okay? I hope you can hear that. So Sankey, I'll just giving you a little backdrop on the name itself, what the name stands for. That name stands for in the Holy Spirit, basically. So again, just wanted to touch on that. But back to Sankey. Sankey is a powerful, powerful company. They have what is called the omotenashi hospitality. That's Japanese type of hospitality. Japanese business hospitality has no rival. I mean, they believe in long-standing, respectful relationships. When a Japanese person, Asian person meets you, they'll normally do this and they'll bow to you in respect for that Holy Spirit in you. They don't know, they just feel it and they respect it because they know that it is God-given. Are you getting what I'm saying? So let's look at something about the Japanese people, because this company is a Japanese-based firm. In Japan, there are over 50,000 businesses that are 100 years old. Again, we're talking about longevity. We're talking about long-time business relationships. If you're going to go into business with someone or a company, you want to make sure that they're going to be around. You don't want to get started with them, then all of a sudden they're gone. Well, this company has been around 51 years. But in Japan, there are over 50,000 businesses that are over 100 years old. And by the way, there are over 70,000 individuals in Japan that are over 100 years old. I'm talking about the people now, not the businesses. Okay. So what are we saying? 50-something thousand people, businesses that are over 100-year-old businesses. 3,886 of these businesses are over 200 years old. Listen to me now. We're talking longevity. You've got one business that's over 533 years old. It's a confectioner's shop. That would be candy and so forth. And then there's one that's 465 years old. It's a seafood seller. So we're looking at longevity. We're looking at businesses that have been around and will be around for a long time. Let's talk a little bit about something else. We're talking about formulas. Let's look at the formulas themselves, because these formulas we say are not healing formulas. They're actually anti-aging formulas. What did I say? Anti-aging. We're talking about longevity. We're talking about being around a while. I'm going to give you the three formulas. I've talked about them in the last several months. You've heard me talk about them. But one of them is called Inner 7. And again, all of these formulas were over 40 years in existence, in research and development before the first one, the Balaj, was even introduced to the market. They've been introduced into the situation, into the system for the last 10 years, going on 11 years, but only overseas. For the last year and a half, they've been available in the United States and the islands, okay? So what are we saying here? We're talking about formulas that were designed a certain way. All of these formulas have what is called the nanotechnology. That simply means that the ingredients in them are so small, they're so minuscule that, as I like to say, they literally can do this. They can pass straight through the blood-brain barrier, where most 99% of the things that go into our body can't pass through the blood-brain barrier, and straight through the cell walls at the microcellular level, so that within 10 to 15 minutes, the body begins to just turn itself around. And this formula, called the Inner 7, is all 60 of the minerals that the body needs, especially magnesium. And you all look a little thirsty, so I'm going to drink us some Balaj, as a matter of fact. So what happens with these 60 minerals going into your system? They help to hydrate the body. Hydration is important. Your brain is over 85% water. It needs hydrating. Your muscles are over 70% water. They need hydrating. Your bones are over 30% water. They need hydration too. So the minerals assist the body in holding and keeping more hydration in the system. They also help with they reverse the demineralization. So when we lose those minerals over a period of years, we end up with arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and osteoarthritis, and all this osteoporosis, the weakening, degeneration of the bones because of the lack of the minerals. Well, the inner seven helps to bring that back into the body. It strengthens muscles, joints, ligaments, and tendons. It helps to increase blood flow. We know in Leviticus 17:11, we're told that the life of the flesh is in the blood. And when that blood is flowing like it's supposed to, it helps to balance hormone levels. Are you listening to me? Hormone levels. And the word itself, the name itself is inner seven. So it assists the body in reaching that 7.5 on the pH scale, where the body is in a situation where it can do what? It's autiomatic. It can heal itself. We're talking about just one formula. We're talking about minerals that came from over 325 meters down in the ocean in Japan. That's almost 3.5 miles down, folks, where all these sea anemone and sea urchins and sea vegetables are living with all these 200-300-year-old plants that are giving off all these metabolites. So all of that is encompassed into these wonderful minerals that come from the bottom of the ocean. So again, we're talking about helping to flush the body, helping to rebuild the bones, the ligaments, the joints, the tendons, help the body reach a 7.5 on the pH scale, help with blood flow, help to hydrate. Okay. The second formula that we're going to talk about is called Cronui. Cronui, basically, and that inner seven, of course, is also the patented name, patented formula for the product we just talked about, which is the formula, which was the inner seven. Its patented formula is inner seven. Now, the Cronui, chron is with your chronological clock of your body, okay, and Nui is French for night. It simply works at night. What does it do? It actually uses thermogenesis, which means that it burns. It burns. It causes the body to burn at the mitochondrial level. And as it burns, what does it do? It burns up all of these sugars and these heavy starches and these caramelized fats that are in the food that we eat. Okay, it burns them up. It turns them into instant energy. So they don't dump into the bloodstream. They're burned up in the stomach. They don't get into the bloodstream. And what does that do? Instead of waking up in the morning with high blood pressure, we wake up with lowered blood pressure. Instead of waking up with our A1C way up in the air, we wake up with lowered blood sugar levels. And we notice the adipose, excess fatty tissue, being burned out of the body. So we're actually losing weight in our sleep. And the patented formula for this is called ONR. It's Auxilia Night Reset. At night, when you normally wake up again with all these problems and high numbers, you wake up with lower numbers, good night's sleep, and even some of the fat tissue coming out of the body. And this again is called Cronui, which is the chronological clock at night. Okay, and again, it too has the formula that we talk about. It's called the nanotechnology. These formulas have all been cold fermented. 99% of the other supplements out there are basically synthetic. It's been proved by even the nutritionists at Johns Hopkins tell you that 90% of them are what? Synthetic. And very few of them are plant-based, but these are plant-based. We actually grow all of the ingredients. The ingredients in here that help with the burning, the green tea, the black bean and the cacao, the olive leaf and rosemary. And we've talked about those and we'll talk about them again. But rosemary, well, olive leaf is what you can actually called a wide spectrum antibiotic. When you look at what olive does, if you would just go and Google olive leaf and the benefits, it'll scare you when you see that aspirin and all these other things that NSAIDs that we take over the counter can't touch what this does. And then you look at the rosemary, the rosmarinic acid in the rosemary, just look up rosemary and benefits. You'll see that it's antiviral, antimicrobial. It actually is anti-cancer. Are y'all getting what I'm saying? It actually acts as or does what the vaccine is supposed to be doing. And it's natural. God always intended these formulas, these ingredients actually stimulate the body to heal itself, stimulate the immune system to work the way it's supposed to. And we'll look at the last formula here, and it's called Balage. Last is actually first, okay, because this was the first formula that was placed on the market over 41, well, actually 50 years ago. This one's been on the market for 11 years. It was the flagship. It was the one that helps with circulation. Leviticus 17:11 again tells us that the life of the flesh is in the blood. Again, it has over 300 metabolites in it. Metabolites are the end result of digestion, helping the body to burn and give you the energy that you need, helping to get rid of damaged tissues in the body, and helping to move all of the what? All of the waste, the nitrogenous, stinky wastes out of the bloodstream. That's what metabolites do if you have them, if you're getting good digestion, if you're getting more good metabolism, and 99% of you are not. So you need some help. Again, we've got over 14,000 billion nanoparticles, those little minuscule particles that we talked about, with antioxidants. So what does it do? It helps to build your immune system. It helps to do what? Rebuild the immune system. It helps the immune system to work. It has all of this nutrigenomics, where nutrition works with your genes. Once you find out that the right nutrients help the genes to do what they're supposed to do, they help the immune response, okay? And so what happens is your white cells, your lymphocytes, leukocytes, phagocytes, natural killer cells, all of those cells begin to work the way they were designed by God to do. So what is it doing? It's helping the 70% of your body is mitochondria. It's helping those mitochondria to beat and to give you the energy that's needed for all of the processes in the body. It's like the battery. And when that battery is leaking, you have nothing. But here we've got a formula called Balage that helps that battery to rebuild, help that mitochondria to beat, help you to have the energy that you need. And last but not least, this formula called Sankey Balage has done something else. They've done in vitro and vivo tests. That means you had actual living subjects. These were living volunteers that literally found that after taking the Balage, 10, 15 minutes after taking it, they saw white paper proved it, that it actually assisted the immune system, assisted the body in doing what? Blocking and inhibiting the forward movement of influenza A, influenza B, gastroenteritis, and even SARS. Are you listening to me? It actually helped the body to stop the viruses, all viruses, in their tracks. That's some heavy stuff. White paper, scientifically, doctors' back paper proves that it has done this. So we're going to stop there with that and just simply say that this formula has been proven, white paper backed, to literally increase the immune system by 65%, even in fighting off what is called virus, okay? And it has what is called the ADS, or the advanced delivery system, which means that it talks to that immune system. It feeds it, it helps to rebuild it, and the immune system knows exactly what to do with that. It goes to where it needs to go to in the amounts that are needed for the body to help heal itself. If it's just a runny nose, then you don't need a whole lot of white cells for that. But if it's the virus, you need a battalion. And these Treg cells are motivated and revitalized so that they operate the way they're supposed to. They communicate to the system what is needed to go and take care of whatever the invader is. So what are we saying to you? We're saying here that we've got formulas that do what they're supposed to do. Again, we talked about the business and the fact that these formulas, like the people in Okinawa in Japan, have been around a long, long time, over 51 years, 40 years in research development, 51 years they've been improving upon it, and it's available for us today. So why Sankey? Why now? Because Sankey had that vision of businesses that would be around for a long time relationships, formulas that took a long time before even one was released. So what are you doing here? You've got a business that'll help you do what? Leave a legacy for your children and your children's children. I'm talking about a long time. And you literally must realize that this company is family based. Okay, what am I saying? That's what they're all about. They're family oriented. I literally, the CEO, president of our company, Mr. Manuel Arveda, literally is like a brother to me. Powerful, powerful man. Been in business since he was a little boy. Headed up a company when he was just before he was 10 years old. You're talking about experience, man. But at the same token, he's like a friend. I went to Vegas not too long ago, and this brother literally jumped out of his vehicle at the airport, snatched this huge bag that I carry. I travel heavy, and he just snatched it out of my hand, threw it in the trunk. And when he took me back to the airport, you heard what I said, when he took me back to the airport a few days later, he did the same thing. Service is, I'm talking about a family, a real family. And he was, like I said, he's like a brother to me. We've become brothers. And the CSMO, which is the Chief Sales Marketing Officer, she's my daughter. She's a African-American woman who has made over 33 millionaires in her time, but she looks at me and calls me like a surrogate dad simply because, I mean, she has a father, but I'm like a father to her too. Are you listening to what I'm saying? There's a family there. And then the international director of sales, Mr. Tim Trahan, is like a son to me too. Are y'all listening to me? I actually got a family. I'm an only child. I was the oldest and the youngest. Now I have a family. So what am I saying to you? You have a family, you have a company with a history, with powerful, powerful leaders in it. They love me so much that they made me the international sales director for Sankey Global USA. I'm not sales director, I'm sorry, medical director. I'm still got Tim on my mind, wonderful young man. But I'm the medical director for Sankey Global. And I'll end this by simply saying that you can earn while you're in this business. You can earn simply by sharing the formula. We literally have an app that's on the phone. When you become a part of our company, you can take your phone. There's an app that the CEO, Mr. Jose Manuel Arveda, literally put together an app that's so powerful that you can hit a button and you can send free samples of our 2 top formulas to anyone you want to, as many people as you want to. Did you hear what I say? You can send it free. The company pulls it, packs it, ships it, and pays for it. So you get customers, because if they use these, you can't use with the stuff we use. You can't lose. And what do? We literally give them formulas that the moment they take them into their body will begin to reverse, recover, and restore from whatever illness is going on. And they're going to do what? Want the formulas. When they get the formulas, guess what happens? You get paid. All you got to do is share. You're not selling, you're just sharing. And then for those of you who don't mind selling, you can purchase the product at a 60% a break, so that you get a great increase when you sell the products. And you can sell the products. And every time you sell 3, you get 2 free. I don't know if you heard that. If you get 3 customers, then you get 2 free. It's like Sankey is actually furnishing you. It's like 100% profit at that point, not 60, but 100%, because you're getting the products for free. Are you listening to what I'm saying? And for those of you out there who are big time distributors, you like to build business. Well, we've got some business building here that'll blow you away. Everything from Teslas to rings to trips to Japan. Oh, $30,000, $40,000 bonuses. Oh, come on, folks. It's powerful. Whatever level you are, wherever you are, you can get in where you fit in. And again, you can get with us. You can give me a call at 901-425-2273, and you can ask me about the Sankey opportunity, powerful opportunity. Again, we've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. We've actually worked in the last year and a half with almost 30 families with the COVID situation and using the formula, especially the Belage and sometimes the Inner 7, but taking them 2, 3, sometimes 4 or 5 times a day within 8 to 14 days. We watched individuals watch their bodies actually turn the COVID around, push it back out the door. Are you listening to what I'm saying? And so you can give me a call, Dr. Franco Taylor, 901-425-2273. You can reach me at www.rightstuffhealth.com, or you can reach me on my email at info@rightstuffhealth.com. But call me, find out how you can become a part of the Sankey family. You can get Sankeyfied. Are you hearing me? Sankeyfied. Yeah, there's some sanctification in here when you got formulas that will help to restore, reverse, and recover your body. And those same formulas, when you share them with others, you can reverse, recover, and restore even your wealth. That's right. Your health and your wealth get dealt with here at Sankey. So this is Dr. Franco Taylor again. Had 2 parts to the show. So once again, I'm going to say, I love you. And until next week, same time, same station, look forward to seeing you then. May God bless.